fish on the trigger spoon. Oh man, that feels like a good fish. Of course, I'm going pretty fast. Wow. It's on the Leadcore. That was about 10 feet deep on a copper, I believe, a copper trigger. Not the Trigger Spoon Junior, the full size. I was heading back to the boat ramp here, so I wanted to bump up my speed, so I went ahead and put on a full-size trigger spoon, actually 2 of them, and they both been getting whacked. This feels like a good fish. Man, I love that Leadcore, baby. It's just so simple. It's just super effective. I know right where I am in the water column at all times. It's just super simple. This wind is messing with me big time, making it tough to steer. There we go, I'm into the top shot. I'm running a 50-foot top shot today. 50 feet of 17-pound fluoro, and then a 48-inch 10-pound fluorocarbon leader off of a trolling swivel. And that fish is putting up a tussle. Staying down. Oh yeah. Oh, nice rainbow. Nice rainbow. Because I don't have my net today, so I'll wear him down a little more. Oh, he's active now. Okay. Trigger spoon, baby, getting it done. Copper trigger spoon. Man, that's a good color. That is just fantastic. That spoon has been working so well all over Northern California, and it's working here at Rollins. It works on holdovers. It works on wild trout. Good thing I fought him gentle. He came right off the hook. Anyway, we'll get him back in the lake. That dandy trout jumped all over that spoon. That over there, tangled up again. But, woo! There we go, back in the lake. Oh man, that was cool. Think Leadcore line's obsolete? Well, think again. Look at those big, beautiful rainbows. I got these fish while trolling 15 to 20 feet deep, and I didn't use a downrigger. If you don't want the expense or hassle of using a downrigger, pick up one of my yellow Leadcore rods in the Fish Hunt Shoot Production store and get ready to yell, fish on. Just like that, baby. Howdy guys, Cal Kellogg here. There's been a huge resurgence of interest in trolling for trout with Leadcore line, and I like to think I'm one of the guys that kind of started getting Leadcore back into the spotlight a few years ago. It's versatile, it's stealthy, it's absolutely deadly. If you're not using Leadcore line, you're not catching as many trout as you could be. But today I didn't really want to talk about tactics. I wanted to talk about some of the terminology that I use when I talk about Leadcore line, because it seems to be kind of generating a little bit of confusion. I just wanted to clear things up because I plan on talking about Leadcore, Leadcore outfits, Leadcore tactics, a whole bunch this fall. So let's get started. First thing, you know, back in the old days, guys would take a big giant reel, they would fill the reel completely full of Leadcore, you know, up to 10 colors of Leadcore. Each color is 30 feet long. Each color will get you down 5 feet in the water column. That's general, you know, rule of thumb. But the guys would put as many as 10 colors on a reel, and they would just run, you know, pure Leadcore with a leader on it. Well, I don't run it that way, and most guys don't at this time, with the exception of guys that are fishing the Great Lakes. That's a whole nother fishery. Most guys, whether they're fishing from a boat or fishing from a kayak, they use some form of hybrid rig, okay? My hybrid rig, the one I use most often, consists of 3 colors of Leadcore line, and then behind that, I have backing. So as I spool the reel, the first thing I do is I put on backing. Typically 20-pound braided line. I like to use P-line braid. Sometimes I use Finn's braid. You know, braids are all very similar, but I'll use 20-pound test green braided line. That's my backing. To that, I will attach my Leadcore line. Typically 3 colors or 90 feet of line. Now, that's all pretty straightforward. Guys have a pretty good handle on that. Where we start to get into confusion is talking about what attaches to the Leadcore on the fishing end of the rig. Now, I have 2 components there, and this is the way I distinguish them. Let me pull a little slack here. I rig up all my rods the same, whether I'm fishing a Leadcore or a standard trolling rod. I have my main line right here. It comes down to a trolling swivel, and to the trolling swivel, I attach my leader, okay? I don't consider all of the line attached to the Leadcore to be leader, okay? This right here, this attaches directly to my Leadcore line. I call that the top shot. In this case, that is 20-pound test fluorocarbon line, all right? And I might use anywhere from 8 to 50 feet of top shot, depending on what I intend to do with that Leadcore rig, all right? Then I attach the trolling swivel to that, and that's where I run my fluorocarbon leader, typically about 40 inches of 8 or 10-pound test fluorocarbon line. So what I'm really trying to do is distinguish between the top shot and the leader. The top shot should be fairly heavy, and since fish can't see fluorocarbon line, you can go heavy. You can go with 20, 25-pound test. That's important because if you snag, you want the leader to break. You don't want your top shot to break, or the Leadcore to break, or the backing to break. You want that leader to snap off, and you want to get the rest of the rig back, just because it's a lot easier to rig up a new leader than it is to put on backing and Leadcore and a new top shot and all that. So we got basically 4 components to my Leadcore rigs. We have the backing, that's braided line, usually 20-pound test. We have the Leadcore line. Typically I'm using 15 to 18-pound test Leadcore, 3 colors of that. To that, I attach a 15 to 20-pound fluorocarbon top shot, and to that top shot, I attach a trolling swivel. And I always put a bead on there so I can see where that trolling swivel is located in low light situations. It keeps me from reeling that trolling swivel into the eye of the rod. That would be bad when you have a big fish on and he decides to run. He's going to snap you off. And to that trolling swivel, I put on my trolling leader, anywhere from about 30 to 48 inches long, 8 to 10-pound test fluorocarbon line. That's the terminology I'm using. I'm sure other guys use different terms, but for our purposes on this channel, those are the 4 components of my Leadcore rigs, and I look forward to talking about Leadcore a whole bunch in the future. I'm Kel Kellogg. I'm signing off for now. If you like this kind of content, if you like learning about trout fishing and other types of fishing, if you like getting fishing reports, stuff like that, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. And remember, if you're looking for gear, including my signature yellow Leadcore rods, go on over to fishhuntshoot.com and we will hook you up with what you need. Thanks a lot. I'm Kel Kellogg. You have a great day.